another player, this one voted for Chipotle. She messaged me separately her arguments. Chipotle is amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Oh, you make a fair point, actually.
Fair point. Great food. She gets Chipotle like twice a week. She's not inviting me. I thought we had something special. And then, yeah.
See, that's the thing, is that I'd never screw you over like that if we had the Popeyes curse. Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of Bleat This. I am your host, Luke Guilday.
I'm your co-host, Hickey.
And this episode, pretty simple idea. You've had a long day, and you're looking for something to eat, and you don't want to cook because you're tired, or maybe you live in a dorm room, or both. So me is what I'm saying.
Describing yourself.
Pretty much. So you decide what is the best fast food chain that you would like to order from. Ty and I have discussed a little bit beforehand of what we picked. I decided to pick Popeyes.
I went with the correct answer that Chipotle is the best fast food place.
And I know what you're thinking, Luke. Ty saying correct is a really strong choice of a word.
I know what
in
you're
an
thinking.
entire encyclopedia of English words. But don't worry, we'll figure out whether or not he is correct on that notion, so to speak. But you know what? As per usual, Ty, have us begin. Talk about it.
So number one option for me is Chipotle. I love Chipotle so much. Usually I get a bowl. If I don't want a bowl, I can get a burrito or a wrap. Or maybe not a wrap, I forget, but I usually get a bowl. It's delicious. And if I get sick of something, I can pick something else. They have vegetarian options. They've got steak and chicken, and they have tofu. I love tofu. And I can have beans, no beans, brown, white rice. It's like Subway, but for better food than I don't like sandwiches. It's great.
That's fair. I mean, I will say I do like Chipotle. I mean, it has been a little bit since I've gone, but I still I would say, honestly, one thing at least for me that is for your side of it is that sometimes, if I've eaten a lot of junk food over the span of, a week, I feel like my body is screaming at me to, lick a head of lettuce or something. I need some vegetable or something, and for some reason, Chipotle is just the easiest way for me to do that. So...
Why don't you just go to Giant?
I live in a dorm. I can't...
The bus takes you there.
No, I know that, but, I don't really have enough space in my dorm for groceries, unfortunately. But next year, that'll all change, and I can finally actually buy
you're dropping out.
Yeah, because I'm done. This is actually the last episode.
Surprise! We're putting Luke in a cannon, and we're launching him into the Atlantic Ocean.
Exactly. But I think if I had to pick either between that or a classic Popeyes meal, it's got to be Popeyes all the way. Because here's why. I think, you can contest to this as well. It's the thing that makes a bad week good and a good week great. I get one specific thing every time. I'll get a spicy chicken sandwich, 2 biscuits. I know that's controversial because I know people are like, oh, the biscuits are too dry or they fall apart or something. Here's the thing, I didn't ask. And so I'm gonna have my dry biscuits. But I'll wash it down with a nice Dr. Pepper. And I'll also get the Cajun fries as well, because why not?
I will say, I'll admit, better drink options at Popeyes because Popeyes does have Dr. Pepper. But you know what Chipotle has that I'm excited to drink every single time I go? No, Peb.
Peb? What is Peb?
It's Dr. Pepper.
There's no okay.
It's Peb.
We gotta cut this. We can't have a Dr. Pepper, a Dr. Bob, a Dr. Pibb, and then Peb.
It might be Pibb, but it is an off-brand Dr. Pepper, and it is pretty good. And I look forward to drinking it every single time I go to Chipotle.
I don't know. I remember Connor, who was a guest on the podcast a few episodes ago. He edits the Quad, and he was saying that the co-hosts on that podcast, like one of them talked about like Dr. Pibb for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, I don't know. As a diehard Dr. Pepper fan, it hurt. It hurt me genuinely.
There's nothing wrong with Dr. Pibb if there's no option for Dr. Pepper. If you pick Dr. Pibb over Dr. Pepper, then we got issues.
Then there's a problem.
But when your options are off-brand sodas, Dr. Pibb is the way to go because that is Dr. Pepper.
This is. I feel like this is going to be an episode specifically of hot takes because I'm gonna, at the very least, I think that Popeyes is the best chicken fast food place.
Hot take, I don't like chicken. Chicken tastes bad. I have eaten at Popeyes with you before. Ignore that.
Oh, yeah. So wait. So hold on. But
I love my mom. I don't like how she cooks chicken.
Oh, and so that kind of did it.
And so since Popeyes is, fried beyond recognition of being chicken, it tastes pretty good.
Yeah, but it's love that chicken from Popeyes. You gotta love that chicken from Popeyes.
I'll also add, too, I will, use the gym at work, and then I'll leave work, but I'll leave all my stuff in the break room, so I don't have to use the area where everyone else also has their stuff. And I have, gone back there and talked with my coworkers and been like, oh, yeah, I just worked out. I'm going to go get Popeyes. And they go, you just worked out and you're going to put that in your body? But then when I go, oh, I've just worked out, I'm going to go get Chipotle, they don't say that. Boom, Chipotle healthier. At least what people think is healthier.
So here's the thing. I'm kind of like that in a lot of ways where I'll have a hard day's work of sitting on the couch all day and I'll reward myself with a bit of Popeyes. and it hits every single time. But it's just you said it yourself of it is just fried beyond recognition. So that would kind of make sense of it's just it's a tiny piece of chicken but a lot of batter or something.
Yeah.
But there was one thing I saw a while ago. It was either some TikTok, Instagram reel, I forget what it was. But there's this one guy that I saw that apparently has eaten Chipotle once a day for the past 2 years. He only eats at Chipotle.
Me if I was richer.
Well, that's the thing. I'm truly wondering how much that costs because it's what is your typical Chipotle order?
Steak bowl, brown rice, black beans, salsa, guac, lettuce, corn, and a water cup.
And how much does that usually?
I don't know, $15.
$15. That, considering that, you're spending 15, maybe 20, depending on.
It's $90 a week.
Yeah, and then doing that for 2 years. Because he got a letter. I had to imagine he must have been sponsored somehow. But he had gotten a letter that was saying if you eat Chipotle for 2 years in a row, and it was from I guess the corporation or whatever, they were we'll get you something big if you'd eat Chipotle for 2 years or something. Now, he thought he was getting a car. I don't think he got a car. I think what they ended up... I might be remembering this wrong.
I finished the math. That's $105 a week, $210 every 2 weeks. That's about half my paycheck during the school year.
Yeah, so imagine half of it. You know how there's this thing of you put some of it towards savings and some of it you're spending on rent and food and stuff. Well, this time some of it's going to rent and then the rest of it you're only having Chipotle. You're only going to get Chipotle.
He's like those bad memes or bad budgeting memes where it's guys, my family is starving, my kids need help. Please help me budget. $1,000 to rent. $500 to food, $12,000 to the red chip at the poker store.
Listen, it's all I'm saying though is yeah. So he I don't think he got a car. I think they gave him like a Chipotle card or something where it's like he now just gets free meals or something for the rest of time, because which I feel like ends up equating it to being not even a net profit, because like you're spending however much money a day for 2 years eating Chipotle. It might have honestly been more than 2 years.
I'll be honest though, if they said eat Chipotle once a day for 2 years and you get free Chipotle for the rest of your life, I would make the company lose profits. You second I get that free Chipotle card, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Ooh, I could get some leftovers for when I go on a trip tomorrow. Let me get another bowl, another burrito.
Sure.
I would abuse the heck out of that.
I think the only thing that I was just confused about was like, because like if we're like, how often do you go to Chipotle? Would you say like
once a week?
Once a week,
roughly.
So like
depends on how much money I have and how much my teammates want to go.
I see. Okay, so like like once a week or something like that, where it's like I feel like over the course of like, however many years, like I feel like it ends up just being a net neutral, because it's like you're spending it once a day for 2, maybe more years, versus just going your normal amount. Like you'd probably be spending the same amount of money at the end, at the end if you consider, I guess, the amount or something. But I know there was that, and then I would see a lot of people getting like just the like 5-pound burritos or something.
They've lessened that. That is a strike against Chipotle. The portion shrinking that happens in the same time as the price is going up and the portion shrinking. Chipotle has definitely had smaller burritos in recent years than they have in the past, when they were known for having those big burritos. To which I will take a big burrito, because that just means more food. And if it falls out, it falls out. Now you got a bowl.
Yeah, fair enough. That works. It was like, I saw like it was like 3 tortillas, and then like it was like a pound of steak or something. I'm like, when the person held it up to like the camera, it was probably larger than my face, and that was an alarming amount of food to see. Like I was like, oh my gosh. But and I have to imagine that that had to cost like at least $30, maybe, probably more.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. It seemed like a crazy amount of food. Like, I mean, if that's the case, like, then you'd probably have like a lot of leftovers. Like, I feel like Chipotle would be like an okay like leftover food place, like compared to other fast food chains.
I never finish my Chipotle bowl when I buy it. One, I talk too much, and my friends finish theirs, and I'm still eating. And 2, like they're big, so I don't finish them all in one go.
Yeah.
And usually we go after practice. Like the rugby team will have a practice, and then if we're all like, somebody, Smigo, will say, guys, who wants Chipotle? And then we'll all go to Chipotle.
And then everyone cheers and raises like a hand in the air like they did at the end of Breakfast Club.
Are you stalking our practices?
No, listen, I kind of just know these things.
Listen. Okay. Are you ready? I actually, speaking of the rugby team, once again, we're bringing back the poll. Yes. I polled the rugby team. I got 20 answers out of, I don't even remember how many people are on the team, but 20 answers. Chipotle, first, the options are Chickies and Pete's, Chipotle, McDonald's, Domino's, Wendy's, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Shake Shack, Arby's.
So a lot of options.
Other.
A lot of options.
Then other. One person said other, and
What possibly could have been other?
She did not say other, and then I said, hey, tell me what other is. And she did.
What was it?
Culver's. It is Freddy's in the Midwest, is what she told me.
Honestly, no, I want to make it clear. I'm not dissing her on that. I just think that it's a funny option considering the vast options that were on there.
She said that she really likes their custard, and that it's like Freddy's but better.
Okay.
But it's a Midwest
But it's like Midwest. Okay.
And she's from the Midwest.
Sure.
No votes for Chickies and Pete's. None for Domino's, Shake Shacks, or Arby's. 1 vote Wendy's. 2 votes McDonald's. 2 votes Popeyes.
Yes.
3 votes Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Oh.
And 11 votes for Chipotle. Again, with the caveat that this is all women voting of college age on the rugby team specifically. This does not represent the whole world, but
I will say this, and this might, I feel like, stir the pot of, like, the fast food debate. I will say I think that Chick-fil-A is kind of overrated.
You're right.
I will say it.
We can agree on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, it's like, it's
okay. It's not bad, but it's not good.
Here's the thing. If I'm getting the same order as I would, relatively speaking, like there's some limitations between Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. So like the spicy chicken sandwich from either on its own, this is going to sound stupid, but there's too much chicken in the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich. Like there's not enough like
chicken in the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, there's not enough like breading or like, you know, like it's not, I feel like there's not enough batter, I guess is what I'm saying. Not enough like
not enough of that good
the bread, yeah, not enough bread.
Oil.
Yeah, not enough like breadcrumbs. When I'm eating a spicy chicken sandwich, I want to regret it afterwards. And so that's why that's why listen.
I'll make you regret it.
Listen, and that's why I think that a majority of the people that voted on that, they truly have never experienced the Popeyes curse. You know, after the end of it, you realize you want more Popeyes, and that's the curse of it, is that you want to keep having Popeyes.
Another player, this one voted for Chipotle. She messaged me separately her arguments. Chipotle is amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Oh, you make a fair point, actually.
Fair point. She says you're in and out depending on the time of day that you go. It's healthy food. She specifically called out McDonald's. Definitely healthier than McDonald's, Taco Bell, and all others. I don't know about all, but definitely very healthy. Great food. She gets Chipotle like twice a week. She's not inviting me. I thought we had something special. And then... yeah.
See, that's the thing, is that I'd never screw you over like that if we had the Popeyes curse. So, listen, if I'm getting Popeyes, I know to make sure to call my good friend Ty about it.
Look, man, next week after the recording, I will go to Popeyes.
Okay. All right. Or, you know what? So what was that? You want to elaborate on that one? No, this is a safe space, actually. So there's no qualms, no beef, all right? And there's no beef like there is.
You're going to ask, can we go to Popeyes? I'm going to go, yeah, I'll drive you to Popeyes, and then we're going to drive past Popeyes.
And go to Chipotle? I'm fine with that. I like Chipotle. That's the thing, is like, I like Chipotle. I just think, like, I think the big thing for me is just the price, because it is relatively expensive. But, I mean, you know, Popeyes isn't the cheapest either.
Don't worry, man. I'm going to sell my left arm just to feed you.
Oh, okay. But I will say I think that Qdoba's better.
I've never had Qdoba in my life. I don't even know where that is located.
I mean, it's right next to Saxby's.
Oh, that's why I don't know about it.
Do you know where Twisted Taco used to be? Do you remember hearing?
Twisted Taco is gone.
Yeah, it's Qdoba now. I feel like this honestly, the most I could equate this to is telling a child that Santa isn't real. I'm sorry. I have never seen you in this state. Are you going to recover? Are you going to be okay?
I'll be fine.
What's going through your mind, man?
My tacos.
You could still get tacos.
There's a really good taco place that's in the parking lot of that gas station right next to M-Lot.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Listen, I know that the upset about Twisted Taco is making you say heinous things, but listen, I have a solution for you.
I'm not crying. My eyes just tear up when I laugh.
Your eyes just tear up when you hear that Twisted Taco is no more. I get it, but here's the thing. There's a solution to that. So
Chipotle.
So Qdoba, right? It is virtually the same place as Twisted Taco, and the menu's the same.
Exactly. Is it just rebranded?
I think so. Yeah. But the thing that I wanted to say that I think that that Qdoba has over Chipotle is an option for ground beef, because that was my one qualm when I was little with Chipotle, is because I love just ground beef tacos, or beef tacos, but that was just always a classic for me. Obviously that's the least healthy, I'd say, of the meat, probably between that, steak, and chicken. But
what makes you think that ground beef is more unhealthy than steak?
I mean, I think just I don't know, maybe the way it's prepped potentially. I think for me, I think it's because it feels like
ground beef is just
greasier
steak that's been ripped to pieces.
Fair enough. I think
when
for
my
me,
dad gets meat, he gets the nice cuts for steak, and then the rest of it he's just ground it up, make it ground meat.
Yeah, oh man, I could actually.
To which next time he's gonna get the tough cuts so that I can make stew.
Oh, okay.
Usually he just makes the tough cuts ground beef. Mm-hmm. Well, ground meat. It's a deer.
I could actually I'm not gonna lie. I have not eaten today, so I could really go for some tacos.
We should have a taco night.
We could have a taco night. And because whenever I'm at home, sometimes my dad will make tacos. Some nights I have 8 tacos.
Some nights I stay.
That's that might be an obscene amount of red meat, cheese, and tortilla, but listen. When it's taco night, I attend, okay? Attention all 2025 Communication and Media and Culture graduates. Join the Communications and Media for a pre-graduation party on Saturday, May 10th. Before lining up to walk across the stage, join us from 1:30 to 2:30 for refreshments, prizes, and pictures with the faculty members and more in the SEC building ballroom. Family and friends of the graduates are welcome to the event. Please RSVP by April 25th, and all early RSVPs will get an extra prize at the door. But I think we can both agree, if you would even consider this, I mean, it is a chain, but I wouldn't consider it fast food, of 7-Eleven being the worst. I mean, it's I know 7-Eleven's a bit of a.
If 7-Eleven is a fast food, would you say Wawa is a fast food?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they have fast food options. I know it's
They're awful pizza.
I've had it once. I've had it literally because I'm I need to know what it's like. An honest review, it's just okay. It's not that bad as it is made to seem, but it's not the best either.
I will say I know it's bad because I got Wawa rewards, and there are so many deals for that pizza, and the pizza has dropped in price, which tells me from a business standpoint they weren't selling those pizzas.
Yeah,
the burgers were great when they introduced the burgers. Shame I can't eat them anymore.
I've never had a Wawa burger.
It's so good.
Really?
It is so good. I love the Wawa burgers, but I cannot eat burgers anymore.
Oh, okay. I had the pizza once, and it was the best way I can describe it is that it's slightly above regular cafeteria pizza, where it's you can tell that there's a higher quality, but not by a lot. But it was cheap. It was pretty cheap, so cost was
Kudos for
definitely
that.
good. Thank goodness for that. A big portion of it. But yeah, I would say that like 7-Eleven and Wawa, I would consider them fast food. I mean, 7-Eleven's a bit harder to defend as fast food because it's like
7-Eleven is awful.
I remember one time I was in there and I got an ice cream and I paid for it and then I got yelled at because they thought I didn't pay for it when the cashier physically saw me pay for it. Which was fantastic. I just wanted an Oreo ice cream sandwich. That's all I wanted.
It. I forgot to mention with the poll. I reminded everyone this morning. I was like, please do the poll that I sent. And that sparked very fiery arguments.
Oh. How so?
The people that were for Chipotle and the people that were not.
I mean,
as you know, half of the people that answered did pick Chipotle.
It is a... I'm gonna reiterate again like I did earlier. Like I like Chipotle. I do.
Chipotle dinner.
Oh man, now I can't stop thinking about that. But if anything, I think for me, because I know Popeyes is my favorite. Wendy's is a pretty good contender for me. I'm a big kind of Wendy's guy. I used to really like McDonald's when I was little, but like I can't eat McDonald's anymore, so Wendy's has been just a second option for me.
Yeah, I don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah, and
I used to have to sit there to hand my rent in to my landlord for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
We would meet at McDonald's down the street.
Oh, the classic paying the rent business deal at the McDonald's down the street.
Yeah, not sketchy.
But I would... More often than not, I think just from being in the East Coast, just Wawa, I think in general.
Not East Coast, like, it's very just the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, like Mid-Atlantic region,
They don't have Wawa if you go too far away.
Mm.
Nothing was worse than when I went to Iowa.
And they didn't have a Wawa.
And there was no mountains. I know the Midwest is flat. I didn't expect it to be flat like that. I expected something in the distance. Nothing. And no Wawa.
Damn.
And also a drought, but whatever.
Oh. But I know that, because I know that there was a really, like, I mean, there's, if you're a fan of Wawa, you're an immensely big hater of Sheetz, and then vice versa. I know that was a big thing.
That's what we should have talked about.
Well, Wawa versus Sheetz. Do you like Sheetz?
Next week.
Do you like Sheetz?
No, but I can argue for Sheetz.
Well, talk about it.
Cut this out.
No. We could keep this in. I'm curious now. What makes you so interested in Sheetz?
One, my best friend. So like Pennsylvania.
Sure.
We are here.
Yeah.
My best friend went to college up here.
Okay.
For 2 years. And then he hated it. He hated it there, so he was looking for transfer places, and I went, live with me, come to Westchester. That was enough. And he went out there, and poor guy, he got corrupted, and now he's all for Sheetz.
He's all for Sheetz.
All for Sheetz. And I'll say Sheetz drinks options worse than Wawa's. The food much better than Wawa's.
I don't even know what's like at Sheetz that's at least unique from Wawa.
They have chicken tenders. They have chicken bites. They have
What? So does Wawa. That's insanity. There was one thing that Wawa used to have. I will not... Actually,
Pizza.
2 things. Well, that's one of them.
Curly fries.
Yeah, they
Chicken
have...
burger. Wraps. Hot dogs. Salads. Appetizers.
Mac and cheese bites.
Mac and cheese bites.
Is that from Sheetz?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
that actually
Sweets
sounds
Bakery.
really
It's
good.
fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Sweets Bakery.
Maybe they have one thing. They get one.
Apple fritters, brownie bites, muffins with a Z, and more.
Sandwiches,
parfaits, fruit, and more.
Yeah, they wanted an extra bit of like pizzazz to muffins. because they really needed that.
Wawa doesn't feel like a sit-down restaurant level of food.
Is Sheetz?
Sheetz is not a sit-down restaurant, but the food
makes it seem more like
it's a sit-down restaurant type of food.
You know, like a salad and muffin.
No, like quality.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the same. Like, why are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry.
Order online now.
Well, I have news for you. There is not a Sheetz within the general vicinity.
Closest Sheetz.
Yeah.
For pickup.
Yeah.
20 miles away.
Yeah, so that you're not getting that anytime soon. That's going to be cold.
Pickup ASAP.
But Wawa used to have two things on the menu that they took out a while ago, and I'm upset to this very day. They used to have toasted ravioli, which it was just like a different version of a mozzarella stick, but I don't know why. I loved them so much. I loved them so much. I remember one time, actually, when I was, this would have been like maybe freshman year of high school.
Baby Lou.
I know, exactly. That was like 6 or 7 years ago. But the thing about the Delco area, for someone that's lived in Delco for a while, at least like Media Swarthmore area, which is where I'm from, there's not...
yourself.
Well, that's okay, because don't worry, there's not much to do there. One of the big places...
Just your weirdly square house.
Exactly. One of the weird places, or one of the best places, or, you know,
Take your time.
main places to hang
One of the
out.
only places to do anything.
Yeah, was the Wawa that, like, is in the, like, intersection. And
Is that the one we went to?
Yeah, I think so.
That I paid in coins.
No. That was a different one. I know what you're talking about. That was a different one. But there was another. Don't worry. There was another Wawa about 2 miles, still going in that direction. And it was that one. But yeah, I remember because I was in tech crew in high school, and it was a big thing to always go to Wawa or something afterwards. And I remember one time I got toasted ravioli, I bit into it, and it broke my bottom retainer. I don't know how. It was soft. it was cheese and bread. It could not have been that complicated, but I bit into it, and then it just fell out. And that was the last time I ever had toasted ravioli. I was so upset that was the last enjoyable moment. Well, enjoyable is a strong word, but it was the last time I had toasted ravioli. And then another time, the other thing that they had with it was a breakfast. It was a breakfast menu. It was just biscuits and sausage, and then sausage gravy. They had that. That was really good. But, like, that was one of those things where it's like you needed to be up and awake going to your 9 to 5 by, like, 5 a.m. if you wanted to get anything good from the breakfast. Like, breakfast burritos, like, you could only have, like, the scrambled egg option if it was before, like, 9 a.m. And then if not, they'd give you, like, that weird, like, egg patty that's, like, still all right. But, like, in my mind, it was not as good. But they would have the biscuits and sausage.
Do you not get up before 9 a.m.?
If I don't have to. So, like, in the summer, you know, I am ashamed, but it's about, 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. of a nice sleep schedule in the summer.
I'm locked into it's 4 a.m., wake up. Every morning, even when I can sleep in, I wake up at 4 a.m. and I panic. And then I go, no, I don't have a shift. And then I go back to sleep.
I want to be a morning person. I can't.
Yeah, you really try to be a morning person the way you stay up until morning.
Exactly. That's why. But I'm doing work, So maybe that'll change this summer when I'm working 2 jobs. So I'll have to be up and at my first job at like 8 a.m. So hopefully I'll be able to get, the scrambled egg breakfast burrito or whatever. But back to Popeyes.
Back to the real
back to the real thing of Popeyes, and
Popeyes. The only options at Popeyes are chicken and shrimp, right?
For the most, yeah, I would say
no
so.
Vegetarian option, unless
Not
you
that I
don't
know
consider
of.
fish meat, and then.
Well, I mean, actually, that is something that I have wanted to try, like the fish sandwich or something, just because I am curious. It sounds pretty good. I know that for me, one of the only things I would have at in Sykes is B&F. They'd have the fish sandwich until they stopped putting on the tartar sauce, and then it was just dry cod, a bit of breading, lettuce, and then more bread. But yeah, that was always, Popeyes I think will always have my heart. Just I think through and through. It doesn't.
They don't give me nearly enough sauce.
That is true.
I never finish. I finished that honey mustard sauce so quickly, and then I still have 2 chicken tenders left to go. There's not really like sauces at Chipotle, are there? I haven't been in a while, so I know there's like queso, but like. There's queso, I think, like there's salsa.
Sure.
And
I mean like sauce and
avocado.
I mean sauce in the sense of like you're getting a sauce packet like you would at like Popeyes or like Wendy's or Chick-fil-A.
So I think I'm gonna blow your mind with this one. Have you ever heard of this sauce called Chipotle sauce? I'm sure it's in your fridge right now.
One, you're thinking of Chick-fil-A sauce, and two, I did know that. I forgot the name of it, I'll be completely honest. And would you believe it? It was right there the entire time. Would you believe it? I could have just had it then and there, out in the open.
You could have.
But, like, I know that, like, with Popeyes, they have a lot of, like, condiments and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I don't really see why there would be that option in, like, Chipotle, but I think one thing that they could probably, if they wanted to, have more sauces.
Sour
to be
cream.
honest, I mean, other than
Chipotle
salt.
honey vinaigrette.
Are you actively getting that, or do you know anybody that's actively getting that?
Well, obviously they sell it, but I don't get it because why would you put honey vinaigrette on a steak?
Exactly.
There's salads.
Exactly.
You put on your salad.
So that's what I'm saying. I will say the one thing, like, kind of diverging a bit back to like the Chick-fil-A Popeyes thing. One thing that I really liked about Chick-fil-A was the buttermilk ranch or something, or like the garlic ranch or something. That's the one thing that it had kind of going for me. 'Cause if I had that and the Popeyes Cajun fries, it'd be so over. It truly would be so over.
Over.
I would be done.
So
I'd be happy.
over.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much my argument for things. Unless you have, I know you said you had a few that you had your few arguments. Is there anything else on Popeye or on Chipotle?
Better. Burrito bowl, salad, tacos. You got pork, steak, or braised beef or steak. There's 2 different options. Vegetarian option, chicken. Puke. I don't like chicken. And then there's also vegetarian. And then, yeah, the guacamole does cost extra, but it tastes good. So I will continue to get it.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's where we're going to end it here for today. Let us know if you think that Popeyes or Chipotle is better, or maybe there's your favorite fast food chain that you prefer. Let us know in the comments below, and then also let us know who you think won today's debate. But
whatever you say, but
whatever you say. But yeah, that'll be us for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.